elite rosters, and we should be jumping into Overpass momentarily here, kicking off this final best of 3 of the night. But Nouns definitely do have an advantage, I would say, on the first 2 maps. Now, when it comes to Mirage, I don't know. Their Mirage was shaky, but they got it over the line on Detonate. And we should be here on Overpass. Yes, we are. Nouns on the CT side, as it is their opponent's map pick. But that was the side where they looked incredibly shaky against Detonate just an hour and a half ago. So, Nate, there is opportunity for Party Astronauts to get out to a big lead early and try and take this one in regulation. Their last one went to double overtime. As we enter this one, B-Will's engaging out long, neither player going down.
Aggressive from B-Wills as well. There's nobody here to support. In fact, there's nobody else even towards A. Cynic is finally rotating up and around, but B-Wills, saying he's on an island might not even do the situation justice. Nevertheless, he does isolate the duel, chop the second to walk in. I don't know why they didn't swing together. They take the duels one by one, and that's much to their chagrin. Sure, they take down B-Wills eventually, but that's a solid advantage gained for the Nouns side. 4 versus 3. And now Party Astronauts hit the brakes. They have one player still pressuring over towards long, showing presence, but the other 2 are kind of just stalled over towards the bathrooms. Biz gets around, groups up. It looks like they are going to go towards A. The issue is the bulk of Nouns have rotated up and around. They're here, CJ slinking forward towards the front of bathrooms. And in the meanwhile, Cynic beheads at Cxzi. CJ blindsides Viz, spots the final. And Ben Lee, there's not much you can do in a round like this. 1v4 with the Glock. It is deadly up close, but with so many numbers against him, he's truly playing for pride in this pistol round.
No kills. Just goes down with the ship. 1-0 Nouns. A very good pistol round victory for them. Very clean pistol round victory for them, as they'll get into the second round. Not really going to have to go up against a 4-spy. Cxzi investing into a Deagle, and that's about the most he'll go for. Glocks and the rest of the squad. Should be easy. Easy in theory for Nouns to take this one. Keyword in theory. They had some trouble against Detonate. On buys, granted, much stronger than this. Not Glocks on 4, but could still do some damage. Good nade, though, from Cynic. Good farm from Cynic, and B was the last 2. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Here comes the first test for Nouns of this bonus round. The MP9s will have to get creative to have good impact on a very long-range map like Overpass.
It will have to get creative. You have the look over at the other stream. Detonate versus ATK, the 2 teams that fell both of those games as well. ATK versus Party Astronauts, Detonate versus Nouns, absolute slogfests. Both games went to 3. In the case of ATK and BA, they went to overtime, I think double or triple overtime on the 3rd and final. So these teams have already had a long day, and they probably have a long day ahead of them yet as well.
Gonna be burning the midnight oil for sure.
I know where they are, yeah. Those 2 MP9s. Those are the 2 weapons you called out. Where are they playing? It's actually a very heavy stack towards water and connector for Nouns. A different look, and I do like it. It will eventually rotate a couple players up. It's B, Wills, and Carson. Those MP9s are going to be right at home over towards the B side of things on Overpass.
Cxzi trying to engage, can't quite take down Carson, who's running it up by he got flashed by his teammate. That's what he's turning away from. Traded out by B-Wills, but that's a costly engagement to open things up. That is more space given to the Party Astronauts to work with. Utility to hold the front. 50 seconds of the clock, a lot of time to be used by Party Astronauts here. MP9 not going to work out for Cynic. Nade will go forward. And there goes Ponalone. B-Wills trading out again. Has some help towards Truck. MarKE blinded, but he spots out Ben before the flash pops. B-Wills in towards bathrooms. Will just engage broadsides. Will lay back to port for now. But he gets caught on retreat by Chop, who's down to half HP as well. MarKE and CJ now have to do it all themselves. Bomb. Making it slow, methodical way towards A. Still not yet going down, and CJ's got a nade. That's going in. That's gonna land. Down goes Chop, and Viz will fall. Bonus round converted for Nouns. And they'll upgrade to an AK on MarKE. The MP9s do some work, but it's B-Wills really being an anchor that even gives the Nouns a leg to stand on, a foundation to make that round possible.
Yes, it is, and about the MP9s needing to do some work. I think the nades did more work than them. 2 nade kills in that round. Immaculate utility usage coming in from Nouns in the early goings of Overpass. Party Astronauts unable to get a bomb plant. Even with their loss bonus, it means they're going to get a half buy instead. 3 Tech 9s, a Deagle, a P250. Couple sets of Kevlar and a little bit of utility dashed in for some good luck, but just given how convincingly Party Astronauts have taken, or excuse me, Nouns have taken these rounds, I think Party Astronauts are going to have an easy go at it.
And Nouns looking like a completely different team than when they played against Detonate. A lot more structured, a lot less, shall we say, cocky. Because against Detonate, they kind of just ran at them. They're like, all right, we're better. Let's fight. Now, it's looking like Nouns are actually playing more proper Counter-Strike. Detonate were the only team playing proper Counter-Strike for the vast majority of that first series. And maybe PA are another threat level where Nouns have to step up to the plate. Lots of damage, not quite a kill just yet on the spray from B-Wills. He's still holding back dice. It's a nice skeet shot from Cynic, but Carson has to bail out his teammates because B-Wills has fallen. Carson only good for 2. Casualties are mounting and rising. Chop the last man alive though, and Cynic will make it 3 on the round, a hat trick. Not exactly the gun you want to get the kills with against the half buy. You want a little more money, but only three standing, not ideal. It's better than nothing, but it should have been a bit cleaner for Nouns, and I think they might come to rue that as their money's still not able to really establish itself.
It's less than ideal, but keeping 3 players alive against those pistols is good. Again, promoting that bomb plant as well, also good to keep the T-side economy in check. However, Party Astronauts do have a solid buy now. They saved for this moment. Opt for Pwn alone, 4 AKs, good utility. Everything T-side could desire. And Nouns a similar buy on the other side of the equation. Those 4 rifles at the op. And there we go. Cynic overextending a bit over towards Fountain, looking towards the playground side of the aisle rather than the ramp. So he will get caught from the side. Good start for Party Astronauts, but they need more than that. CJ walking in water. He's caught a little bit too wide swung. A little bit too cocksure Nouns as they're now being picked apart slowly yet surely. B-Wills, it's his turn at bat. It's his turn to get aggressive. He'll go up connector. The issue is Viz is already waiting and ready, watching for the flank. Can he find a timing on it? These players along. Yes, he can. No, he can't. Bonalone turns around. He gets the kill at range. He can just recover the shot. Nouns are just digging themselves further and further into the hole. 2 versus 5 for Carson and MarKE.
Carson chased away, has to retreat. Should just save now, but the thing is, B's not going to be safe at all. That's where they're pushing. Nice double taps from MarKE. That actually gives Nouns a chance in this round, although the bomb's going to rotate back to the A site very quickly. And Ben's already there, holding down the line. Pwn alone, keeping an eye on a con rotation for the meantime, as MarKE and Carson now thinking they have a shot in this one. As MarKE's hitting Crispers, Pwn alone down towards con. Carson falls on the stairs. With MarKE in a 1v3, no plant yet. He has a chance, but not really much of. Whoa, he stops the plant! Ooh. If he caught Ben, that would have been magnificent. But he still does a little more damage before he falls. But Carson and B-Wills broke. Cynic has dropped the rifle over to MarKE. They're going in. They're buying up. Might be a little awkward, but Nouns, they're feeling the confidence.
They are feeling confident. We'll see if that confidence has been shaken. If that first series was anything to go by, I would say it's not. MarKE hitting some good shots there. He saw the players. He jumped through the smoke as well. At least he would have if he was on native res. So he could have theoretically gotten a 180 spray transfer. Up close, that spray transfer is quite easy. Pretty Astronauts, here's they're changing the pace a little bit, getting water control very quickly. Chop is there over towards the ramp side of things, and all up connector, but they kind of stall out. The MP9, the B-Wills starts things off right for Nouns. It gets away as well. It won't overstay its welcome. Nouns looking to get right back into the driver's seat after losing that first. Chop will get one good trade from CJ, but Ben the lead across the map does drop B-Wills. That MP9 is finally silenced. CJ blind, but not fanged. He'll find the shot, and Cynic a second onto Ben. Leads just Cxzi, one of the new members, one of the new duo in a 1 versus 3. An unenviable spot, and he has no bomb on his back either.
No bomb, no utility. No teammates, but a good amount of time. That's the one thing going well for him. He will recover that bomb, so there's a little bit more to work with, but even getting on towards his site is going to be incredibly difficult. Cynic's on the lane, but he's going to fall back site proper. Play his long-range advantage. I think Cxzi's going to have to make a decision, too, whether he saves or whether he goes all in, because he's got the most money out of any of his teammates as well at 1750. Save the AK, still have about as equivalent money to his teammates into the next round, but he's going to run into sight. The op is there, and Cynic will not miss that. 5-1. 4 broken by 1. If Nouns can win 2-3 more in a row, their economy should start looking good. They just have to minimize their casualties again. That's been a bit of a problem for them throughout the course of this evening.
That's been a problem. Party Astronauts, what is the buy? It is going to be a haphazard. I would say a haphazard investment, but no, it's only Cxzi going for the full buy. One hero AK and a bunch of pistols. Eagle, 2 Tech 9s. Cynic, though, giving an opportunity. Misses the shot. B-Wills, though, through the smoke. Covers his teammate's back. Bails him out. Finds one. Cynic now can reposition. Oh, B-Wills just jumps the heck out. These party astronaut players are being funneled into the A site. It's going to be a very difficult proposition. Carson finds one. That was the hero rifle. It will be recovered, sure, but it's immediately dropped afterwards. MarKE finding one, finding two. Runs over in a blink of an eye. It's just Ben Leet. He might find one. A nice lucky headshot onto one of these players, like Carson flying through the sky, but anything more seems like a false hope. B-Wills takes him down at long last. This has been a dominant start from Nouns on their opponent's map pick.
A very dominant start for Nouns and Party Astronauts. They are on the T side, yes, but CT side is where Nouns did not show much promise against Detonate, and in fact, statistically, this is their weaker side. So right now for Nouns, they are doing everything possible to give themselves the shortest route to victory. And again, the Nouns that we're seeing now is firing on all cylinders. All the individuals hitting most of their shots. Cynic goes aggressive, takes a quick flick, goes between the players and backs away. No trade just yet, no opening for Party Astronauts as Nouns retreat back to the site, but they've looked so good, Nouns, in this series so far, in this map, and it's a complete and total turnaround from what they were doing against Detonate. And it almost seems like they woke up finally, like they consider Party Astronauts worthy of their full frontal assault.
I was going to say, not that they woke up, but they got tired and they just want to end it.
Maybe.
They're done playing with their food, they just want to eat. Chow down, it's dinner time. Cynic won, good bait and switch. Cxzi though, does unseat B-Will. Cynic nonetheless finds the trade. The op has done massive amounts of work already. It will finally be silenced by Ben Leet. It's still only even footing. Fizz, not the weapon he's known to use. He's finally on the board. The AK in hand finds MarKE, and Party Astronauts do at long last find an advantage. 3 versus 2 though, still not quite over. Carson timing's everything here. Ben Leet spot him. I don't think so, and timing doesn't favor the Nouns side, or does it? Carson's continuing. These players got stuck in towards the choke point. 1 and 2 lined up. 1 taken down. 1 mortally tagged. Ben Leet trying to get away to get towards the B site. Carson running through the smoke. Does he drop him? Yes, he does. A huge play from Carson. He's just chopped. He does have the bomb on his back, but he has no one to rely on now. 12 seconds left. He's still paranoid about a player on the site, but no, it's a flank instead. Chop. Can he chop down one? The answer is no. 5 seconds left. He has to plant, and Carson swings. Doesn't even let him try. 7-1. Nouns continue their tear. And this might be a quicker one than the matchup yesterday, boss.
Well, it might be, but at the same time, there's still a good amount of Counter-Strike to be played. This half not yet over, but Party Astronauts on a half buy here as they are struggling. Party Astronauts are the older roster, age-wise, so maybe it's getting a bit late for them, and they're needing to just go hang out in their chair and chill out, you know. Fall asleep watching television, snoring in the recliner. That sounds pretty good to me right now, but we'll see. Party Astronauts yet to wake up, yet to really enter this series on their own map pick. And with Nuke up next, it's not a good map for them against good competition. Losses to both Pain and Nouns, the only two teams of note they've actually played on this map in the last 3 months. CJ on the side as the pistols swarm in towards B. MarKE hiding in the smoke. CJ with 2. Cynic assisting with damage. In comes MarKE around that smoke, but only 1 kill for him. B was at the very least helps bail him out. Viz will go down almost a little bit more. But 8-1 for Nouns. They do have to make a little bit of an effort to not lose as many people against the pistols and the lighter buys, but that's a bit nitpicky right now. It's just trying to go for perfection, which always should be the goal. Still, Nouns are looking great.
Amazing. Keep in mind, map 2 is Nuke.
Yep.
Bugs, the score yesterday on Nuke was 16-5 in favor of Nouns. It was a dominant performance from them. So, Party Astronauts cannot be looking forward to that map. They need to put their foot down now, and the window of opportunity on Overpass is already quickly closing, with Nouns at 8, 9, 10. Seems like a very real possibility, a distinct possibility for Nouns, and that is a very difficult scoreline to come back from, even if you get to swap to your stronger side.
Cynic tries to stick around, but he gets bullied away by Molotovs. B Wills, there's a good aggressive one. MarKE assisting with the flashbang. Second flash a bit too late. B Wills goes down. 5 HP left on Ben. Four v 4, basically equivalent HP. But there's a chance for Viz to get taken down, but he escapes down con stairs. Carson up in bathrooms looking to flush away some of these Party Astronauts players. It'll be Cynic to pick off Ben though. Low HP on low HP. Uncharacteristic miss from Pot alone as Carson now swings for a pair. He's heating up as well. Every individual on Nouns answering the call. The bat signals in the sky, or I guess I should say the Nouns signals in the sky, because they are all showing up in dispatching of the invaders of Overpass.
Yes, they are. The bottom frag of Nouns is tied with the top frag of Party Astronauts. That's where we're at. CJ, having a respectable scoreline of 6-2, is still at the bottom of the scoreboard for his team. Everybody's answering the call on this Noun side, and the scoreline's bearing it out. 8-1, 9-1 is a reality now, as there's no time for Chop. Get this one. And 4 players surviving for Nouns means they'll build up their CT economy. They'll begin to build that economy, as you mentioned before. They had not done too well in accomplishing that thus far in the half, but 4 players alive will definitely assist in that endeavor.
Indeed, sir, indeed. PA, where is their tack pause? Where is their timeout? Because they could desperately use one. It's not going to get any easier. Noun's already up to 9. So we see the little pip. Detonate actually leading ATK on the T side of Inferno.
Contentious map as well, 5-6. Very different game from the one we're watching currently.
Yeah, this is a blowout here on the first half so far. And I thought this would be a much tighter contest. This is anything but. PA look lost. Almost like they just want to get this over with too. Just the opposite direction that Nouns are going. MarKE with the opener on opponent alone. He's definitely awoken as well. The boost is up for Chop. He has that one saved AK. Spots the player out water. Good flash as Carson expects it. More utility flying in. MarKE with another. Carson onto Chop. And Nouns can do no wrong. PA can do no right.
They can do nothing right. 0. If they do something, they make a right read, it will turn into the wrong read very quickly by some sort of ungodly play in response. Nouns. Plot armor fully established at this point. 10-1 seems like another realistic score and goal. And at this point, the sky's the limit. Nouns normally don't expect them to sweep the rest of the rounds in the half, but given how everything has gone thus far, it seems like 14-1 is a distinct possibility.
A boost up for Viz, who salvaged that rifle of Chop. But the boost was already knocked down once. It will pick up MarKE, but he was almost ready for it. Nade is well timed. Viz chunked down to 55. The op of Cynic will not miss, although he will take some damage in that duel. Cxzi sending some shots, but Cynic only needs one. 10-1. Almost a complete and total 10-round lead for Nouns in this first half. And that only one Party Astronauts round came back in round number 5. It's 6 in a row for Nouns here.
4 in a row, losing 1, a blip on the radar, and winning 6 in a row. Party Astronauts have another buy on board. Again, their economy's kind of all over the place. I don't know if you saw the buy there. Cxzi only had like 850 in the bank. Chop bought down all the way, and everybody else saved. So Party Astronauts, it doesn't seem like they're on the same page, which is a bit worrisome. That pause should have been used a long time ago. At this point, I would be surprised if we even see one at this stage, because things can't get much more dire than they currently are. But they'll scratch together whatever they can. Opt for Ponalone, 3 AKs, a Galil, lacking a bit of utility, but hey, at this point, they're desperate.
Desperation doesn't usually lead to anything good. Just more mistakes. Look at this peek up through Monster, though, from Nouns. They know all the information. They know it's not B. They've got 3 players positioned on the A side already, including the op of Cynic, very aggressive through bathrooms. Carson jump spotting for a long swing. Cynic has support from B Wills as well over on top of Flower. There's not really much Party Astronauts can do here. They're triangulated upon. All the information known. Ponalone won't let the ops show, but he has been spotted nonetheless. Carson ready for that play. Party Astronauts are walking into a stack. There's a con play in. B-Will's blinded. Whoa! Both players just kind of running around. Carson and MarKE a pair apiece. Make it a double for MarKE. Now, Cynic going to stop the bomb plan as Ben is putting it down. Never mind. Cynic's going to wait for his teammates. Nouns are leaving nothing to chance at all. They're just going to play together and not aggressively peek one by one. A completely different look from the last series.
It's a very different look, but I don't know if you even heard the bomb plant. It was around the dice as well.
Oh yeah, it was back dice box. Yeah, I know where the op is.
There we go. Op isolated, taken down. Ben Leet now a Herculean task ahead of him. Cynic takes him down. 17 kills for the Opper, and that's why we call this map the Opper's Playground. Finally, a bomb plant, at least something for Party Astronauts, but even then they only got 2 kills. They're still a long way off from an actual round victory, but at least the max loss bonus with the bomb plant facilitates another investment in round number 13.
Well, they got the op again for Ponalone, but really nobody on Party Astronauts is activating individually, and it doesn't look better for them when you look at Nuke as map number 2. Quad boost coming in for Ponalone. Nobody from Nouns went heaven. They all went the stairs route down to site.
It's a very quickly assembled boost as well, I will say. Well choreographed. But again, nothing goes their way. Nada. Zilch. Zilch now just slowly walk in towards B. There's 3 defenders already raring to go here. One's towards Graffiti, 2 on the B site, 1 towards the barrels, 1 towards the ramp with a headshot angle. They're just pacing their utility as they do. It's just more of the normal, more of the same for Nouns. Cynic has been rotated around. The heavy hitter is here. Who's coming in for Party Astronauts. We have seen this dismantled at least once, if not more. And in fact, the Molotov of Cynic will give it away. There's the sound cue. We're going to stay on it. Nade comes over. MarKE finds the first. MarKE dismantles the boost. Ben, Lead, and Viz both taken out of the round. Chop stuck with no one above him now. 3 versus 5. Cxzi, Chop, Ponalone. What can they do? 40 seconds left, and looks like they're going up the connector.
And Nouns have the read, too. They're rotating players up to A. 3 players on rotation up. Molotov burning out long. Bomb very far removed. A dry fight for Carson against Cxzi that he wins. Chop and Ponalone now just going to fade away into the night and go quietly. 12 rounds for Nouns. Oh boy, and do they even keep these guns? They don't keep Chop alive at the very least. Ponalone should be fine. There's nobody. Oh, never mind. He could make contact with Carson, who he deals with, but still. That's not even a consolatory frag. That's not even a Pyrrhic victory. It's just sad.
Very sad. Still no tac pauses called. How's the other game looking? Oh, it's looking far more closer. It's looking like a whole different game, Boggs. We would have expected.
Yeah.
8-7, as close as it could be going into the second half of Inferno there between Detonate and ATK. Keep in mind, both those teams are fighting for their survival in this close qualifier. In the Byron Party Astronauts, ooh, it's ugly. I know you hate to see the Pro 90. I love it, but in this case, it reeks of desperation. Out towards long, Cxzi goes. Out towards long, he falls. No head armor, does not save the head from the M4. And so it's another early advantage for Nouns. Again, it's just more of business as usual for the CT side.
Players walking down towards B from PA. Flashes in from Nouns. But no peeks for MarKE. He'll just jump spot it with that Sapphire M9 as the hit comes through. Chop leading the charge. P90 out. MarKE pushing it as short. Flicks around against the Pro 90. And the P90's ammunition, the magazine capacity wins that fight. A spray from CJ, and Cynic will have an op shot. Carson on the Pwn alone. 3 alive, and utter domination from Nouns. The worst case scenario is 13-2. That's the worst case for Nouns. It's 13-2. If you are just joining us, no, this is not what this game should look like.
It's not. This is not Nouns' map pick either. This is Party Astronauts pick. And again, they brought it to overtime, if I'm not mistaken. The last time these teams played literally last night. And this could not be a more different and more dismal affair. Desperate buy, 3 Galils, 2 AKs, and a dream as they just walk through the smoke at Fountain. B-Wills finds one on the fadeaway. Happy with the advantage, he'll just fall back and maintain the advantage. Cynic, approaching 20 kills in this first half, is looking towards connector. Legs one in, gets away. Free chamber, does he get a second shot? He does, he gets the kill. Cxzi does trade, but the op gets more than could be expected. Cxzi's at 15 HP. They still have a lot of work to do on the Party Astronaut side. B-Will spams away Viz. Cxzi on 15. Ben Leet with only a smoke and a Galil. Again, it looks like a Nouns round.
It has all the signs of a Nouns round, even more so as Cxzi has no chance of surviving that contact with MarKE. Leaving just Ben stranded in bathrooms. No payphone, no teammates, no chance. 14-1 Nouns. Can they clean it up? 16-1? Find out after the break.
Hey Future Pros! I thought I'd take time out of my busy schedule to show you all a nice way to aid your teammates when rushing A on Vertigo. We will be smoking off A short along with a supporting flash. To throw these nades, head into the corner of the metal overhang. Aim towards the bottom of the thickest beam and simply jump throw the smoke. This will block off A short and hopefully stop a CT player peeking. However, it is possible for a CT to push
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Even if just for a moment, we are back in the server. 14-1 utter dominance from Nouns on their opponent's map pick. I'm Pineapple Phillips, joined by Boggs on the mic, and it is a no-nonsense play. Nouns are feeling Nouns-ish over towards Monster Viz. He will find the first, a second, and the duelies up close might even mop up. No, they missed the heads. CJ finally finds some inroads, but Viz, he finds yet another. Carson drops Cxzi. There's still two more players dancing around the pillar, and those USPs are accurate. Viz, yet another on for the ace. No, the dualies steal it, but at the very least, we do see signs of life from the party astronauts.
Good piss around victory. If there was a road to, at the very least, overtime, it starts here and now with that pistol. But there is still such a large chasm between these two teams. 14-2 as we currently stand. And this is just continuing to pile on. Nouns with the 4 spy up against 4 MP9s. Party astronauts not ready for this. And MarKE makes sure they're not ready for it with a nice deagle shot. Countered by Poet alone. 2, not the third, but Cxzi's right there for an immediate trade. CJ mows him down in return, and we turn to a 2 versus 2. A scout for Carson, an MP9 for CJ. One on site, that is Chop. He's blinded and forced away around that smoke back towards jump up. Nade towards truck, which he luckily abandoned. Viz comes in from behind. Carson down, but costly for party astronauts there. They will have to reinvest significantly. And Nouns will just let this round wash over and be ready to go at 14-4.
This is the first time in quite a while I've seen an SMG-reliant round 2 from the pistol round victors. Keep in mind, like in the first series we had, it was Detonate versus Nouns. We saw like 4 or 5 rifles, I think, in every single second round. From the victors, not from the losers who were force buying, from the victors. So those teams are kind of wise to it at this point. The force buys seem inevitable. Party astronauts that were really running the risk, they were fine with it, running just the SMGs, and they do pull it off. And at least the SMGs aren't a big drain left on the field after their losses. Regardless, Party Astronauts chipping away at the lead very slowly. Still a more than considerable amount to go. 11 rounds trailing, but might be able to just do it. Nouns, however, talked about them being cocksure in the first series. It looks like they've gone back to their old ways. They're going for yet another investment. Tech 9's Deagles, but those Deagles, they're miracles. We saw MarKE in the round prior. We see Cynic now with a nice headshot on Deponolo.
That's an M4. Free M4 and Cxzi out in the open. He actually wins that fight relatively clean against Carson. But that's just going to spur Nouns away from the A side and back down towards B, where it is wide open for the taking. Viz starting to work his way down, help out Chop. Utility still available for Nouns, though. They can smoke off Heaven, flash into sight, and Viz is going to drop all the way down. Nouns are getting ready to go, but they're going to have to go fast once they actually make their move. Chop getting antsy as well as Viz. Overextensions could end up costing PA here. As Nouns making their way in, smoke down, flashes go high, good opening by Chop, flash comes in, but Ben's here to help out. Cynic 1, needs more, he's got 2, but he only gets 2. It's Party Astronauts salvaging things and getting a 4th on the board. Maybe now we see Nouns actually play financially savvy and not go for a full investment. I feel like if they would have gone for a full invest, they would have won the round and wouldn't have to worry about having to save this time. So it's like, yeah, you got 14-4, but now it's going to be... Alright, I'm out. All you, Nate.
Alright. Nouns 14-4. Still considerable lead, but they keep forcing. They keep going for it. It's better than before. It's 2 AKs, 2 Galils. Lack of utility is apparent, though. It's, again, them being cocksure. I'm going to keep using that word as many times as possible. It's my word of the day. And Ponalum, he's going to punish him. Carson, one of the Galils, taken down towards long. No answer, no response. Ponalum, though, trying to cross out of dangers, instead puts himself right into it, into the thick of it. 2 players watching. Shredded. Cxzi, though, towards Divider. Immediately in response, swings out, falls away, finds 1, tags a second. Party Astronaut slowly but surely finding an opportunity. Finding a road ahead. The brush. It's long overgrown, but there is a way. Where are MarKE, B Wills, and CJ going to go? Just playing outside the bathrooms underneath Party. Cxzi probing around, looking for information, spots the bomb, gets a kill, gets away. One of the new additions for Party Astronauts, doing quite a bit. I believe he was also their shining star in their series versus ATK earlier on. CJ and MarKE, they do have rifles at the very least, but MarKE is down to just 48 points of health. Cxzi up top, tagged even further down. He's just baiting them in. Ben lines up 1, lines up 2, and that is the convincing round that Party Astronauts needed. The other game as well. Detonator beginning to pull away from ATK. 12-8. How's everybody looking individually? It's a little bit too small to read, I'll be honest, but the one thing about Detonate, one thing that we love to see, oh, he just pulls it up for me. Luxurious.
Slight
again,
is far ahead of everybody else, but everybody else right there with each other.
Again, that's always what I look for on this Detonate squad. It's amazing how tremendously constant they are across the board. That's why I love them.
Looks like Nouns have decided to stop trolling. They're actually half buying here, realizing that Party Astronauts are being able to get into this game and close this gap. It's all about doing damage. Good kill for Carson. Traded out by Ben. Cxzi still here from Truck, but MarKE, another nasty headshot. Chop has been discovered as well. 4v3 advantage, Nouns. If this is the round Nouns win to get to map point, it would be crazy. And at this point, it's a lot more likely B-Wills with an AK to work with. MarKE's only on 4 HP, but that still doesn't mean he can't hit a nice little Deagle headshot again. Cxzi, there's only 1, that's not enough. Viz, last man on the site. Chop so far away and low on HP. B-Wills up long, CJ and MarKE, pistols clearing the gap. There's another one from MarKE. 4 HP will not stop this man. CJ to an M4, bomb to go down. Chop with the MP9 has to run and gun and hope he can get something done.
Miracle MarKE and the Wonder Deeg. It's been unreal. Like, it could be, honestly, like just a biopic. When he becomes the next emergent CSGO pro and he returns to form, he finds yet another on the M4 that he recovered. And that is how they find that map point, as you mentioned, Boggs. It's an unreal way to do it, but in the first series and now, it's those deagles finding constant damage. There's been, on every eco, if there's a deagle, there's a minimum of 1 kill coming in from a deagle, and it's always a headshot that does not look like it should land.
MarKE's just quicker with it.
MarKE, this map was cynic before, it was everybody, it's crazy.
Look at this buy from PA though. Op, glass cannon on Cxzi. Mag 7, Pwn alone special. Deagle for Viz, Chop and Ben on rifles. Utility is sparse at best. This is a desperate buy. Now, Cxzi's a good secondary opper. He has the most kills on the team. He wants to put the team on his back right now. Ben's about to eat a nade, but he will get cynic. It actually doesn't take too much damage from that HE, all things considered. Not too shabby at all, that opening pick. Pwn alone and Con with the Mag 7. It's always a fun gun to play in that position, but you can't miss. You have to hit your shot.
Very true. What is the play for the 4 remaining players? Still just under a minute left. A lot of control to be gained. One. Urging from his position. Keep in mind this Mag 7 really is a niche weapon. And the only feasible spot is either like in connector or like in bathroom halls. Maybe on the trash can outside. Where else are you gonna really be able to run this shotgun though? 1-on-1. Just gonna stick to his stomping grounds. Has to. Nouns will slowly trot up the bathroom. So one player looking towards a long. Good spot from Cxzi though. That might set it up. Ooh, through the wall he'll drop MarKE. Furthering in another headshot for Cxzi. And the Mag 7 now from Pwn alone can chip away at CJ from behind. It feels like Party Actors have found another way, albeit scrappily, to stay alive. Chops away Carson. CJ, while he won the duel versus the Mag, has 1 second left and 18 HP. Either hunt him down. He's stuck in the corner. There's the Famas. Chop takes him down after time. No money gained for him. And that might set the Nouns economy off kilter on this T side.
They can buy up again one more time. A couple of players will be on Galils or Mac 10s, but they'll be able to buy up again. PA finding ways to stay alive. That op tossed back to Pwn alone, despite the heroic efforts of Cxzi anchoring that A site. Galil for Carson, an okay amount of utility for Nouns. CJ, though, has dumped all of his, and he's up short fast. He's looking for somebody to peek into him. Nobody going that way yet, but Chop and Ben clearing. Oh, no, they're gonna fade away. They're not going to go for it. That's a good decision. CJ's ready for a boost over the sandbags. He's not going to get that, though. Instead, he'll back into water as Ben starts to take control. This is a game of cat and mouse between these two sides, these two players. CJ in, spots him out. Wild running spray. Cannot corral it. We will sit at a 5v5.
Minute left and a lot of control for Cynic. All the way up the bathrooms and finds his timing right. If he plays his cards right, he could find the op. What's an off angle? Cynic wins it, and another player's fallen in the meanwhile. It's a 3 versus 5 for Party Astronauts, and Nouns have taken the site. Carson drops Cxzi towards long. He was alone and on an island. Jump spotting through the wood. There's a headshot onto Ben Lee. Nothing going the way of Party Astronauts, and while they did hold on for a while, they did bring it to a more respectable scoreline. They could not delay the inevitable. Cynic drops Ben Leet, just Chop. One of those new additions alongside Cxzi in the 1 versus 5. He's found the first. The bomb is down, the time is ticking, and these players are hungry. Cynic drops him 16-6 in favor of Nouns. Their most one-sided victory yet today, and that was quite the statement in stealing their opponent's map pick.
A statement in two ways. From Nouns that they can turn that switch on and play proper Counter-Strike when they need to.